Picture the happiest moment in your life. It doesn't need to be monumental, but it can be. Maybe it's some first kiss from years gone by, or the time you hoisted that regional championship trophy. Maybe it's the moment you tossed your hat at graduation, or when you looked into your child's eyes for the first time. Right now, you're looking at the happiest moment in my life. Perhaps what makes these instances in life so memorable aren't the moments themselves, but the question that pops into our heads once we finally blink. So, now what? Marlene and I had committed to a lifetime together, but it was now up to us to learn what marriage was really like firsthand, and there are some things in life you just need to learn by doing. So after a lovely wedding weekend in Croatia, we headed to Italy as newlyweds to get a first taste of our now what. This is our diary.
What's going on over there?
It's the first day of our honeymoon.
Fun. We're late. We're late. We're late. We're late.
No.
We're late. We're late.
Good morning. First day of the trip, going back to Split and Italy.
Honeymoon.
Marlene and I had been engaged for nearly 3 years before tying the knot. So when we finally managed to pull off our wedding without any issues, we felt unstoppable.
What a great start to our trip. Our flight was just delayed by 9 hours because of a soccer game in Italy. Euro Cup final.
Shit.
We can catch a flight at 3:30 today. Different airline. Lands in Rome at 4:40. Let's spend the night in Rome. Catch the soccer game. Italy beats England. Have an absolute litty celebration. Catania first thing tomorrow morning. We always said we'd go to Rome first thing.
When life gives you lemons, change your plans and fly to Rome.
I know you said we'd both sit in here, but I don't know if this is gonna happen. This is really close.
We are unstoppable. I just can't escape the pull. We are unstoppable.
Look at this certified beauty.
We are unstoppable.
wish for? Toronto Maple Leafs winning this Stanley Cup?
Oof, cheap shot. After being the dynasty hockey club of the 1960s, the Leafs went on a 54-year losing streak, and counting. But if you stick with what you believe in, surely you'll get the victory eventually.
So we've been on tour for about 10 minutes. This is already way better than the tour in Lausanne.
Oh, please. Please. That tour was for free. And you're complaining. Okay.
I owe for this?
I don't know.
Can't escape the magnetic side. Always like a satellite spinning away. On the stars forever and leaving no trace. Floating through the darkest reaches of space to another galaxy. Our polarity shifted.
Have you traded sides?
Let's go. It's so soft. Yeah.
We'll figure something out.
I just can't escape the pull. We are unstoppable. It's just gravitational. We are unstoppable.
Here's the thing about winning and losing. Sometimes you can wait an entire lifetime and not get the victory you're after. And sometimes, only sometimes, the gold might come when you least expect it.
Are you having fun?
Oh my god! So many people, so much is happening. But yeah.
I'm scared. Get me out of here.
I'm rattled. That was, oof. Holy moly.
Well, I guess there's always next year.
The Maple Leaf Hockey Club have been champions and they will be champions again.
I've never seen you so mental over a girl before. You gonna marry her?
Garth, marriage is punishment for shoplifting in some countries.
That's definitely not the worst marriage advice I received. I mean, how could guys like this steer me wrong?
Showing!
How do you feel after 4 hours of sleep?
Boys. It's not good, boys. Oh my god, I'm dying. Look at the size of this thing. You think we're in the Yukon. But we're not in the Yukon. We're in Italy, and that's why we're in the Fiat 500. Fun.
And the trip officially starts.
If you're looking for a quick event to test your marriage, why don't you try driving in Palermo?
You know you can't park on the west end. You got Jimmy Two-Tooth taking care of the parking. Jimmy Two-Tooth, not an issue. We go downtown Palermo. Don't you worry about Jimmy Two-Tooth.
I think I literally lost 5 years of my life due to stress in the last hour.
90 cents.
Wow.
Food?
Name the car.
We need to name the car. Any ideas?
After no sleep, a stressful day behind the wheel, and a questionable encounter with Jimmy Two Tooth, we were definitely a little tense. But when we woke up the next morning with nothing to do, well, we definitely calmed down. If there's anywhere in the world that can make you appreciate the beauty in marriage, it's probably some small mountain town in Italy.
A questa fine non ci sarà più uno start. E quando penso sia finita, eccola là che ricomincia. Quella te che ho conosciuta adesso manco t'assomiglia. Basta un battito di ciglia per
3 minutes late for a dinner reservation in Italy.
It freaks me out as a German.
E mentre il sole sale, 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 sale su. E a chi ci vuole male, male, male una mano.
At the right altitude, with the right light, and a little glass of wine, with maybe a touch of patience, I guess you can make a marriage work anywhere.
Can we go? Can we go?
Be reasonable.
Can we go?
Be reasonable.
Can we go?
It's 6 a.m. We said we're gonna get up at 8 a.m. and it's only 6.
Can we go?
You're snowing.
She is not wrong. After a couple days in Sicily, we waved goodbye to Jimmy Two Tooth and sailed for the mainland.
I'm here hanging out in the streets, thinking about reactions of actions, walking on the sky of my dreams. Come on, baby, come on, we show you the world today, today. Come on, baby, come on, we go for your nightmares today. Come on, baby,
And after 3 hours in the car, it took us about 3 milliseconds to decide it was time to hang up our boots and do absolutely nothing.
my love, I just feel so lost without you, boy. Today, I'm yours, even if time has passed. Take me away from this impetuous world, living in this jail of my mind. Come on, baby, come on, we show you the world today, today. Come on, baby, come on, we go for your nightmares today. Come on, baby, come on, we love you forever today. Come on, baby, come on, we not let you go.
No pastorizzato, ok?
Say what you want about stereotypes, but Italians know what they're doing in the kitchen.
I am so excited.
The hardest part is putting your fork down.
So how is it? Tell me how you do.
Barely.
Oh no.
La coppa!
No.
Oh, I can't.
No. I'm so. It was so.
Mangiate questo.
It's good.
Allora, dai. Prendete solo, dai.
No, ma non esiste perché non lo voglio.
Ha detto sì.
No, ma non capire perché.
Ha detto sì prima. Sì.
Oh my god. I'm so full. Expectation delivered.
dead. Absolutely dead. He's alive! Are we going for a run?
Let's go.
There is absolutely no way this much activity can be good for my digestion. After a jog and a jig, we headed north. Maybe a little too north.
I thought we're in Italy.
Signs for Taranto. Oh! I mean, the Leafs are gonna do it this year, though, right, boys? You think Timmy's drive-through? Double-double?
We're in Italy. They only have coffee here.
Oh! Oh! Fair.
Sure.
Okay, fair. Think I can go here? Or is this gonna even kill me?
Meanwhile, back in Italy, we headed to one of the oldest continual dwelling places in human history.
Welcome to Matera. This is very famous for its caves. They're called Sassi. There you go. Oh, nice.
Can't push me over just yet. We've only been married for 5 days.
She was definitely thinking about it.
Absolutely beautiful. I'm kind of getting Tatooine vibes. You know, step into the wrong bar and you're bound to have a Wookiee rip your arm off. She doesn't like you.
Sorry.
I don't like you either. You'll be dead.
Oh, anything for the Republic.
Sorry, I don't understand.
La Corte della Storia, Italia.
La Corte dell'Astore, Italia.
La Corte della Storia, Italy.
La Corte della Storia,
Sorry,
Italia.
I don't understand.
These shower cats are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You will look great.
Can't wait.
You're beautiful. It's true.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. So sexy it hurts. And I'm too sexy for Milan. Too sexy for Milan. New York.
I mean, find someone who can do both. If Italy taught us anything after 5 days, it's to value beauty over everything else. Well, almost everything.
10 seconds later.
What's up?
These shoes are just not comfortable. Look, this is actually good.
Ew. Look at this. Like a drunk 18-year-old coming home from the bar, 3 a.m. in her bare feet.
My feet hurt.
I'm easy, she says. Until she ends up with a shard of glass in her big toe.
I'm more worried about stepping in poop than anything else.
We're live just outside of Almero, Italy, where some tourist in green pants is attempting to break into a hotel for the second time this week. I mean, the guy doesn't even have the right footwear. For all he knows, he could land in a bald eagle's nest. I mean, this can't...
Yo, what up? It's MTV. Welcome to Cribs. I'm Steve. This is my crib. We here in rural Italy. Check it out. It's gonna be dope. I got turtles. I got eagles. I got a swimming pool. Yo, this gonna be dope. Check it out.
Oh, boys.
Welcome to the white walls of Loco Rotundo, an Instagrammer's dream.
Ruining my shot.
All my manipulation, all I put you through is truth to your accusation, but ain't no excuse. I was just out here doing what I wanted to, yeah. Now I gotta prove my dedication.
We may have missed the wear white linen memo for Loco Rotundo, but that doesn't matter. We've never been influencers anyway.
Try fighting temptation, trying to count the reasons that you got no trust. Would it make it better if we talk about this? See, I got all these demons on my brain.
I'm having the most fun.
I'm the only one to blame. Don't know why it took so long to realize. Hard to say I love you when I tell you lies.
A few hours north, we ended up in Gargano National Park for a hike and a quick dip.
I'm the only one to blame, baby. I'm the only one to blame. Oh, you say the separation might be the cure.
This is what pure excitement looks like right here. Oh, boys.
I know you're irritated, must be so pissed. Might tell me get lost, but don't mean I won't resist. No, now I gotta prove my dedication, cause you ended with me on probation.
Italy is full of tourist traps and common destinations. But if you stray from the known, you can find some really authentic 5-star stays.
So this is our room, this is the bed, this is the bathtub.
It's the toilet.
And yeah, and that's the toilet.
So maybe a bathtub next to the bed isn't ideal, but in the quirkiness of Italy's small towns, you can find the country's real beauty come to life.
So the main tourist attraction in this little town is the narrowest street in Italy. Can you believe it? 38 centimeters wide. Are you excited to see it?
Can't wait.
And even if you're not compelled by small towns in Italy, there's something about a sunset that can make anyone's heart sing.
Only one to blame, yes, I'm the only one to blame. Only one.
It's unbelievable. You haven't even seen the narrow street of Italy yet.
The worst way. Maybe I can change. Only one to blame, yes, I'm the only one to blame.
Look at this ding dong.
I'ma make that change, baby.
I hope we don't have to go this way after dinner.
Oh, it's the water.
Certified modern day Jesus Christ over here. Ordered a bottle of water and it turned into wine.
I'm ready for bed.
Not sure.
I knew that bathtub would come in handy eventually.
How's your breakfast?
Special. I have 2 espressos, a couple packs of pre-made toast, and one of the most beautiful rooms I've been in all of Italy.
And there is even a treadmill.
300 meters at the roundabout, take the first exit onto Via Nazio Naviglia Santi.
After managing to stay off the beaten path for the last few days, it was time to get our tourist game back on. And what better place to be a tourist than Pompeii, an archaeological site frozen in time for the last 2 millennia.
Last remaining restaurant in Pompeii. It's been open for the last 2,000 years. They did close for renovations in about 79 AD due to some lava flow, but otherwise they've remained continuously open for the last 2,000 years.
What I cannot say, you'll hit through
Hello.
my guitar. She told me at the bass line, and everything will be alright. She told me that the groove is mine.
Here comes a local Pompeian now.
Through the night.
Are you two fighting again? I can see it. Why are you always fighting?
I hate this guy.
Puppy.
Don't touch that thing. Don't touch it.
Just fighting all the time. I can't take them anywhere.
Can we go? Can't take this away from me. Oh, the way I hear the melody, the waves bring clarity, and it's running through me. I love the way it sings.
Also, let's please never forget the moments when a bird pooped on Steven's shoe. How are you doing?
I'm so mad at you right now. Can't even deal with you.
Can you show me?
Give me the water bottle.
You were so lucky, honestly.
Lucky?
It like almost pooped on your head.
She told me at the baseline.
So we're done now with our tour of Pompeii. I need to say my personal highlight was when a bird pooped on Steven's shoe. That was absolutely phenomenal. Thanks for that. Pompeii.
Our movie is now R-rated.
It's R-rated. I think actually you were so lucky that it only landed on your foot and not on your head or your shoulder.
If that thing landed on my face, if that thing got in my mouth, I would call the trip off immediately, and we would be moving back to Switzerland, maybe even Canada. And I'd call a psychologist immediately.
It's running through me. You can't take this away from me. Oh, the way I hear the melody, 'cause the waves bring clarity, and it's running through me.
What a weirdo.
Hello, Mr. Horse.
Oh, the way I hear the melody, 'cause the waves bring clarity.
Time out. For this to make any sense whatsoever, we need to take you back to our grand tour of Switzerland in November 2020, where we met Mr. Horse for the first time.
Excuse me, Mr. Horse, but she has 2 hands. Why didn't you show the horse your hump?
You're so mean!
Yeah, that provides no further clarity whatsoever. But if a marriage can't have inside jokes, I don't want any part of it.
Excuse me, Mr. Horse, but where are your hunts? Why don't you have any hunts? Why doesn't the horse have any hunts? Forget the hunts. Why do you have a man in your bum? Where did the man in your bum come from? Excuse me, Mr. Horse, but why is there a man in your bum? Oh, the cultural sensitivity we're practicing right now is absolutely null.
Sono le parole tue, no? Tu non bisticci mai. Ci piace giocare, facciamo le marachelle quando bisticciamo, ti stringo la faccia e ti metto la mano sul cuore e sorridiamo quando ti arrivi.
Nestled on the Amalfi Coast lies the cliffside town of Positano, where you can trade Pompeii's antiquities for a splash of color and an 18-euro cocktail. Or 3.
Ma lo sai che sei ancora più bella, 4 di notte e luci si spengono, i cuori si bruciano e fanno le scintille, la città di notte si c'è ancora che come un bambino con le figurine, la paranoia, se poi te ne va.
The only problem with Positano is there's not much of a view.
Strette, ferme le lancette, siamo su le giostre, salgo io e poi sali pure tu nel mentre guardiamo dall'alto.
You're so annoying. Oh, there you go. That's smooth.
Hey there, Bruno Mars girl.
Bruno Mars called? What does Bruno Mars want?
He wants a shirt.
I am not offended.
Le guance rosse e gli occhi di ghiaccio, rimango di succo quando mi dici siamo imperfetti, 4 di notte e le luci si spengono, la si colla.
2 very boring minutes later.
There were quite dramatic events that happened over the last 5 minutes.
This is the most stressed I've ever been in my entire life. We were attacked by a bee. No, Asian murder warning. It's what, this long? At least? At least this long.
Yeah, no.
Oh my god, it set my knee, flew into my hair, landed on your leg.
The thing is, you say we were attacked, it didn't even touch you. It flew twice on me.
Thought about touching me. They saw how scared I was of the bee, and they're like, oh, we're gonna give him a child-sized portion.
The next morning.
I guess she's excited to go take photos.
Strette, ferme le lancette, siamo su le giostre, salgo io e poi sali pure tu nel mentre guardiamo dall'alto, mezzo continente, se vuoi ti compro tutta Malibu. Se vuoi ti compro tutta Malibu.
Can you remind everyone why I'm mad at you right now?
Because we will hike up the mountain for 42 minutes at 6 a.m. And you didn't want to go, but you have FOMO, so you're still coming with me.
I'm so mad at you. Let's go. Oh, I want to climb some stairs, she said. This will be fun, she said.
Oh, I'm disgusting.
You are disgusting. Boy.
Se vuoi ti compro tutta Malibu. Se vuoi ti compro tutta Malibu.
This inclement weather break is brought to you by Nescafe Gold Instant Coffee. Something a little less enjoyable than the real thing.
Hey, when the average garment is only worn 7 times before making its way to a landfill, you've got to find its utility.
Perfect weather to have a nap at noon.
Get up.
Bella.
I'm so happy.
Okay.
This is nice, my feet don't hurt much too.
Get off.
With the rain on and off for most of the day, and after eating out probably a bit too much over the last week, we decided to make a reservation at the best spot in Positano, at home.
Spaghetti alla mamma.
All right. There are a trillion beautiful places in this world, and maybe a million more great restaurants. But at the end of the day, it's the company you're with that makes any experience truly enjoyable. And maybe a clean shirt.
Ah, where's my new shirt?
Right on the new shirt.
Professore, è stato condannato.
Da fuori c'è Pirlo, ancora Pirlo di tacco,
I know we'd be alright, no we will be alright. If we lost our minds and we took it way too far, I know we'd be alright, I know we would be alright if you were by my side. If we stumbled in the dark, I know we'd be alright, we would be alright. Oh, I've been shaking, I love it when you go crazy. You take all my inhibitions, baby, there's nothing holding me back. You take me places that tear up my reputation, manipulate my decisions, baby, there's nothing holding me back. There's nothing holding me back. I feel so free when you're with me, baby. Baby, there's nothing holding me back.
Qui su RFZ a 11:54 minuti, seconda ora di questo strano orario che non mi appartiene.
This is the real Amalfi Coast.
Dodging buses and pedestrians. Love it.
After a few posh days in Positano, we put our sweats on and headed back inland. But just because you're not dressed like Bruno Mars doesn't mean you can't look dialed.
What do I do if he loves you truly? How could I not love him too?
Our original intention was to make it to San Marino, but we got a little distracted along the way.
Taking too long.
I'm trying to put everything here for the passenger because I'm always like all this
And I love you. Never selfish and on purpose.
Where are we?
This is one of the ugliest hotels I've ever stayed at in my entire life.
Yeah. How did we get here? Like, how did this happen?
And let's be honest, what does San Marino have that Italy doesn't?
I can tell you the truth of what you need to hear. If I had to choose, then what would you do?
Give me it up, things not giving up. Give me it up, things not giving up.
Just please don't hurt yourself. It's hard to have a bottle of wine every day, and a plate of pasta, and an entire loaf of bread.
But it makes me happy. There are sober kids in Canada.
After another completely unnecessary meal, we popped in Burrata and headed to the mountains.
Don't you throw up in this car. This is a puke-free zone.
That's who?
The driver, the captain. You thought there was only one town? But there's actually lots of towns. There's people everywhere. This whole park is filled with villages. We're going to one now. Oh, there's a person. Hi. Do you see another person? You think so?
Shush.
This doesn't sound like that.
You're so fun.
Small change of plans. Instead of staying tonight at the farmstay, we're heading to a 4-star hotel with a Michelin star. Michelin star restaurant.
We're going to a 4-star hotel with a Mitch Marner restaurant to serve sauce.
After living in Switzerland for the last 2 years, Marlene and I would consider ourselves relatively experienced hikers. Both hiking and marriage come with things you expect to be true, like the promise of French fries and Ravella after a long haul.
Taking a little sweat break? Come on, Switzerland. Oh, yeah. No sweat breaks.
Even experts need to catch their breath once in a while.
I'm mad at you though.
Why?
You said we could have French fries. That building hasn't had a soul inside of it in 30 years. I think I want a large order of French fries. Not just a small one, I want the real deal. French fries. You owe me French fries.
They don't have French fries in Italy.
Italian fries. Here's your present.
What is it?
Okay.
You're so fun.
No.
French fries or not, the hike is usually always worth it.
That stupid car. I hate it. We're in Italy's busiest town right now.
After a long trek with no fries at the top, we headed to Norcia. Unbeknownst to us, the town had been devastated by an earthquake just a few years prior and was still reeling from the effects. But its beauty came through and the food absolutely delivered.
Do you want to play a quick game of chess?
Yeah, right. Last time we played a game of chess, I spent the whole day looking like that guy. Oh, why did I sacrifice the queen? Oh God. How do you think Jimmy Two Tooth's doing these days?
Good question. I just thought of him. What's a great tip to cover all of our stuff?
That's right, and we have a lot of stuff.
Wet clothes.
Quello che hai messo nel rossetto mi fa effetto, mi hai fatto un altro disco.
With the end of our honeymoon on the horizon, we headed west towards Tuscany, where the views in the vino speak for themselves.
Ma tu non ci resti male, che ognuno ha le sue, si vive una volta sola, ma tu vari due. Vorrei darti un bacetto, ma di un netto, se ti vale ancora una dentro il pacchetto. Mi hai fatto bere come un vandalo e sono le 3. Si è rotta l'aria del mio bungalow, vengo da te, però mi dici non salire, che è meglio di no. Se capire mi fa impazzire, dei baby come on, sceni di vino dai gradini, ma non te la tiri.
It's the moment we've all been waiting for. They're yours.
Esco, però ritorno presto, ti prometto.
Quando sei arrivato ti stavo aspettando con due occhi più grandi del mondo. Quante stelle ci girano intorno se mi porti a ballare labbra rossa Coca-Cola.
I'm actually driving slow.
You are not driving slow.
You would drive at least 30 kilometers faster, and then you would yell at me, is this your right answer? Are you a menu focus? Spot focus? Can you take the give out?
I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid in this car right now.
Reasonable.
Oh,
It's the safest way to side trip.
Get me out of here, boys. I'm not in focus. Oh my God, boys.
In the words of Timon and Pumbaa, it means no worries, even when you think she's gonna roll the Fiat.
Classic backwards walk.
Quando sei arrivato ti stavo aspettando con due occhi più grandi del mondo. Quante stelle ci girano intorno se mi porti a ballare labbra rossa.
I'm having so much fun. This is great.
Struggling over here, boys. Just shitty tree footage.
You're a good passenger. Be plush.
You okay?
The little Barada is not very strong. First doesn't work.
First gear is the only gear that works.
Sabato sera suona il cabrio nera, siamo in macchina.
Look at this little cheese ball.
Are you talking about me?
The car. I was talking about her. Cheese ball number 1. Cheese ball number 2. Cheese ball number 1. Cheese ball number 2. We don't like that guy. We're driving here in towards Siena, where I'm gonna get a drink.
I can't hear you, buddy. Back me up.
Get me out of this car.
Dimmi un segreto all'orecchio stasera, hai risolto un bel problema. Bene così, ma poi me ne restano 1000. Poi me ne restano 1000.
3 volte di fila, beh.
Let me take a video of you. Let me take a video of you.
Solo aspirina,
I can't deal with that. It's too much.
Not a lot of people can deal with that. It's flow.
domando se sali da me, ti spogliami e facciamo un twist, please. Stanotte questa casa sembra gris.
Quando sei arrivato ti stavo aspettando con due occhi più grandi del mondo. Quante stelle ci girano intorno se mi porti a ballare
What happened?
Oh my God. I thought I ordered pasta.
You ordered 78 snakes.
Hey, this looks like a good spot to rustle up some grub. These are rare delicacies.
How's your meal tonight?
I'm having a great time.
E va bene così, ma poi me ne restano 1000.
Welcome to my casa. Come on.
Poi me ne restano 1000.
Jesus.
That was very dramatic. That was a bit more dramatic than I thought.
Good morning. How are you?
On the second last day of my honeymoon, honestly not great.
Then what happens when I order the breakfast?
Damn, I ain't been sleeping for weeks.
After a week in Croatia, followed by nearly 2 weeks in Italy, our last days in Tuscany were starting to feel like the Sunday of our holiday. Sunday, just with more wine.
Oh, brother, you don't need what I need. The thing you take for granted, that's a blessing to me. You don't see what I see. I run to work, run a marathon, and in the end I still come second to me.
Welcome to Castello Verrazzano. In 1528, during an expedition, Verrazzano was captured and eaten by native cannibals in North America. Safe to say they had his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
I've been drinking and I'm drunk.
Let's go. One of us needs to be the responsible part in this relationship. You're definitely not it.
It's true. It's true. It's true. I'm having the most fun. I'm ready for that.
I had a pastor, but he couldn't really help. My papa didn't preach and my mama couldn't tell. I had my back on the wall. In my van's off the wall. MJ off the wall, on the wall, show me.
My taxi has arrived.
Ready to go.
Excuse me, ma'am. To the nearest 2-star Michelin restaurant, please.
Okay.
I mean, who wants to spend their honeymoon with a caloric deficit?
It's my baby's world. And if you win like
Dinner this evening.
welcome second to anyone. Say sky's the limit, but we got her here with us.
But it ain't too high to touch, and it ain't that deep to fall. See, faith won't pay the bill.
Two bad boys.
But doubt won't save us all. Oh no, ain't too high to touch, and it ain't that deep to fall.
It is 11:30 a.m. on our last full day.
There's a pool. There's wine. There's pool. There's wine. Let's go.
Someone's sleeping in all morning.
You just got up 2 minutes ago. I'm on vacation. Every single day.
Tell me again what you just told me.
This should not go on the record.
Can't believe it.
I'm overwined. I'm wined out. I'm AW out.
Oh, that's sad.
We're gonna grow up eventually. Yeah, I take it back. I'm having fun again. Just a little bit.
Oh, boys.
12 seconds later.
So we were walking home from dinner up the hill in the wilderness.
Isn't this romantic, looking at the moon? And then we stopped and we first ran for like 15 meters. We had like a sprint in the dark. We ran for our lives.
We had to stop an Italian driver and ask to hop in his back seat. And we literally almost got eaten by a wild boar. I've never missed Switzerland as much in my entire life. Today there are about 150,000 wild boar in Tuscany. I saved our life.
Why did you save our lives suddenly?
I asked you to ask the Italians to give us a ride. I need a drink.
Hug your loved ones, people. With our honeymoon just about wrapped up and all of our fears about marriage conquered, Marlene and I asked ourselves, so now what?
Look who just turned 1.
Alright, you little shit. Come out wherever you are. You scared the crap out of me last night. I see the little pathway. Yeah, that's right, stay inside. I ain't scared.
We run for our lives.
Let's get out of here.
So maybe we hadn't conquered all of our fears, but we did learn a thing or two about marriage.
Stop. The Leaning Tower of Pizza.
The Leaning Tower of Pizza.
Whether it was celebrating wins, keeping busy, carrying on, or carrying our weight, we had laid the foundation for the right stuff.
Will see me, but I'll play cool, 'cause cool
Gross.
is what you have to do.
The moral of the story here is when you find something you value, do everything in your power to keep it from falling over.
Living so loud.
So fun. Can you do it again?
2,200 kilometers in that thing. Never learned how to accelerate, but it got us from A to B safely.
I don't want to go home. I said to.
Turn on the camera. I spent all morning holding up the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Shoulders, boys. Shoulders like Kawhi Leonard.
Let's make products. I'm a product guy.
In another universe, Marlene and I could have honeymooned on safari. We could have backpacked through Asia or enjoyed the solitude of northern Canada. Somehow, we ended up in Italy, and we can only recommend it 1,000 times over.
Turn you off, bassman.
As perfect as Italy was, the real happiness can come from anywhere, knowing you have the perfect person to drive you crazy, locked up for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you got it there. Perfect, yes. This is exactly the pose, okay.
Picture the happiest moment in your life. When you blinked and asked yourself, so, now what? I hope that your best vision for the future was realized. For Marlene and I, it's hard to imagine that things could possibly go any better. And despite some setbacks and headwinds, married life looks pretty good so far. And if one good thing leads to another, it looks like Marlene and I have another important question ahead of us. So, now what?